The family bungalow had had tenants in for 13 years, but when the last tenants moved out, we were planning to demolish it and rebuild a house for us to live in. When they'd gone, we went to see what it looked like. It was looking pretty run down. They'd stayed longer than really was fit, but they loved it there and didn't want to leave. The garden was already overgrown for many years. All the flat-roofed extensions were much worse repair than the main bungalow. This big bedroom had damp, and the trees were hovering us in. We could see we had plenty of garden demolition to do before the site would be ready to rebuild. We had to do a percolation test, a BRE 365, and we had a soil sample test rig in. Then Mike set about removing the interior fittings. Nothing went to waste. Anything that could be sold on went off onto Facebook Marketplace. Lots went to the recycling centre. The kitchen, the bathroom. We bought 2 hard-working machines, a 3-ton Kubota U27-4, and we bought a Terex 3-ton dumper with a swivel bucket. And these were used for moving materials around the site, and we couldn't have been without them for a single day. Then it was bat day. That's the ecologist standing on the flat roof. We had to take off the tiles and the felt under his watchful eye to make sure there were no bats hiding underneath. We had Ralph and Sabina and Rob helping us. And then after the roof tiles and felt was off, we took the ceilings down and found many rat nests under there. On roof day, we had Ralph and Rob helping again. We took off the rafters and removed the wood down to the ground floor where it was denailed and stored for future use, and then the joists. Again, all denailed to be reused. Flat roofing materials were removed, felt and corrugated iron, and we reclaimed the flooring, the parquet flooring and the floorboards. And Mike was ingenious at getting up the floorboards carefully and the joists. And he found clever ways of getting them passed from one room to the other without carrying them through. The floorboards were all cleaned, measured, listed and sold to very grateful new owners. And the remaining wood was transported up to the new wood shelter on Orchard Level. The chimneys came down, 1 and 2. That was quite an event. Frank and Rosie were there to help us demolish the garage. Then the walls of the office, and we moved on to the walls of the bungalow. It didn't take long. The sunroom and the final wall. We reclaimed all the natural stone, which has come from the site originally, and the bricks, and stored them for future use. And then we were just left with the concrete slab. There was a short break for winter weather, and then the flooring came up, including some brick pavias from the patio, concrete in various sizes, and the drains. And then the final piece of concrete was transported by dumper down to the hardcore pile at the bottom of the drive to be collected by the grabber lorry. Subscribe to Will in the Woods to find out what happens next.